Hello everybody, and we are back at UK Games Expo, and as you can see, we've came outside to the Viking village. This is the biggest I have ever seen this village be. I am here with two of our wonderful reenactors. Sorry, it's been a long day. I'm sorry, I'm about to fall asleep. We have Hrothgar.
That's right.
And Solvi. Oh yes, because the full name is Solvi Problem.
Not because I solve the problem, but because I am the problem.
Well, what I wanted to do, guys, is take a bit of a walk through your encampment. Hopefully not get bound into slavery, because, you know, I am pretty like that. But let's have a walk through, because there are so many different components to an encampment like this, and I'm sure you guys do bigger through the year, yeah?
Yeah, massive. So this is what's called a medium. I know it looks massive, but we had a huge, what we call a major, the Battle of 1,000 Spears last June.
Yeah, it was last June.
June. And we had quite literally 1,000 warriors on the battlefield. It was huge.
There were about 500 tents.
What were you saying, sir?
There were about 500 tents there as well, you know,
Yeah.
at the thing.
Oh, wow. How many tents do we have here?
About 40 for this one. I think, give or take a few, yeah, about 40.
Okay. And how many warriors would that traditionally have?
Well, how many did we have on the battlefield?
Well, today, I think we had about 50 warriors on the battlefield. Looking at that's just a guess. I didn't physically count them, but I was out there. Yeah, it looked about 50, so just under 50 warriors.
So duck, Yums Viking?
Yoms Vikings? No, just don't have anything to do with the Yoms Vikings. Just for the record, that is a different society. Because don't forget, and that's the name of one of the societies. They are named after a genuine group of people, a bunch of Yoms Vikings, and there's a saga about the Yoms Vikings. But it depends how you read that saga. A lot of people read it and they get very starry-eyed about the Yoms Vikings, thinking they're a warrior cult, such which they are. But when you read the list of their victories in the saga, it's very low. If you read you can read the Yoms Viking saga as a warning on how not to be a Viking.
Fantastic.
Yeah, pretty much. So we are mostly the Vikings UK. We are the biggest Viking reenactment group in the country. We are a global educational charity. We've got groups in France, in Germany, in Denmark, in Ireland, Isle of Man, Isle of Wight.
Hey, I heard home.
Yeah.
Get North America.
Oh, and North America and Canada.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah.
Well, I tell you what, Solvi,
Yes.
let's take a little walk through your encampment, because I would love to hear about some of the different aspects of the camp. So I assume that each different tent is what? Well, I have no idea, so explain.
So each different tent is generally a different group. So here we have what's called the provincial Vikings. So they are ones that don't have a specific group. But we also have our lovely host group who are doing this show, which is called Arden Weird. And they are our green and light green ivy shields here. My group is called Hutaleith, and we're from Derby. We've got our lovely friend Hrothgar here, is head of Manor Raven. So we're from all over the country, really. We've got some from Nottingham, which is Danelaw. We've got some from Usker, which is like Cambridge and Peterborough. And
Kent.
We've got some from Kent over there. We have Carmichael, which is from Wales. So we're all over, really. So every kind of tent and area is a different group, but we've all kind of come together here for the Games Expo.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's actually a little serendipitous, because we actually see some Viking board games in this tent.
We do, yes.
Which I find really fascinating, that Vikings like board games.
Well, I mean, if you think about being in a longhouse, what are you really going to do all day?
Fair?
So this is what we've just had a Neftaffel tournament with some of our lovely people from the expo. We've come in, people who've paid to come here. And we've just had some Neftaffel games all afternoon, really, from about 2:30.
Fantastic. I mean, I do remember a few years ago I actually did play the camp champion.
Oh,
I came this close.
Very close. It's always the way. You're always this close to winning. But
he just snuck the king out.
Oh yeah, it's such a really great game, and really we think about it, and it's done in the sagas of older women and older men who aren't fighting or doing as much farming, and they're teaching the younger people how to play. And really, Neftafel's all about strategy, and a lot of it's all about like battle tactics. So what I've seen people do is they play one bit, they play the king, and then they play the army, and then they swap it round, so you're doing both sides, so you're learning the tactics from both sides.
Yeah, very, very cool game. All right, now, important question. So you guys are based outside of the NEC, doing the full Viking, full camping, having fun in the evenings. But for the folks coming along, what do you put on for them? Is that's a you question? One sec.
Well, of course, the audience come in here and have a look at what's going on in the camp. But we also put a number of displays in the arena. We started off this morning with what we call a weapons display. That's a semi-lecture because we're talking about the weapons. But once they've been introduced and talked about, then there's a demonstration. So the warriors are showing how the weapons are used. So we go through them from the sea axe, the sword, the hand axe, the long axe, the spear. We haven't done any missile stuff here today. We also use javelins, bows, and slings. But unfortunately, the arena's too small for us to demonstrate those weapons.
We don't want to hit any of the lovely members of public walking past with an arrow or a javelin or a sling to the face.
Oh no, trust me, I remember one year I was here, you guys actually put me in full gear and did some weapons training with one of your berserkers. Yeah. You came at me with a Dane axe. Woohoo, mama, no.
Yeah, they are. There was a reason why William the Conqueror banned the Dane axe after the conquering of England, because those things are lethal. But they are the sexiest weapon. I'm not going to lie. A man with a Dane axe coming at a shield. Oh, it's a beautiful sound. There's nothing quite like it.
We also put on after that. We did something called Hrothgar's Saga. I'm Hrothgar, as it happens. I tell the story. It's a story based on the Battle of Maldon, and some of the warriors will then enact it. It's a light-hearted presentation. It's done for laughs because the action starts in Norway and the Vikings sail across the North Sea, and we have some people playing the North Sea. Were you one of the North Sea today?
I wasn't today, but I usually am. So what we do is we throw buckets of water on the Vikings as they're rowing and going, row, row, row your boat.
I'm sold.
Yeah, the North Sea goes, whee! We throw the water on them. It's absolutely brilliant. It's very much a panto.
Yeah.
Well, it sounds like an absolute blast.
Yeah. Well, we enjoy it, and we get good feedback from the audience. They seem to enjoy it. Once we did done Hrothgar's Saga, we did what we call Kiddie Vike. All junior school age children can come, and we'll give them a stick to represent a sword and a toy shield, and they'll get to have one or two fights against some warriors. In simulating the warriors will put on a demonstration shield. Ideally, the children imitate that and then attack them, and we do that, and they always win. The children always win for some reason. I don't know why.
I wonder why. Weird. Very strange.
Because children are the most vicious warriors, and I say that as a mum of two.
Well, guys, it sounds like this is definitely something that people should not miss when they're coming to the Expo. So, guys, if you're down this weekend, come out into the bright, beautiful sunshine. Make sure and bring out your sunscreen, safety first, and check out the Vikings. So we're going to move on here. We will see you again very soon.